welcome to round 2 of Q12 2007. Today's Q12 is the second in the series and takes place at St Anne's Hall in Rainhill on the outskirts of Liverpool, in the postal town of Prescott, in the borough of St Helens. I don't quite know where it is, but it's a beautiful place anyway. And more pertinently, it's in the heart of the hottest of quiz hotbeds, Merseyside. The quiz leagues here undoubtedly set the benchmark in terms of organisation and quality on the British quiz map, and we could do to emulate them. Rainhill itself is world famous for being the site in 1829 of the Rainhill trials, where George Stephenson's rocket won a competition to assess the most suitable locomotive to commence the first intercity railway service between Liverpool and Manchester on Liverpool and Manchester Railway. 178 years later, those original contenders hardly function in anything like the practical working state. Obsolescence and deterioration have taken over, having rendered them to fond memories of better days. Anyway, we're going to meet the panel now, and we're going to start with some absolutely brilliant players, the best panel I've ever seen lined up, and we will meet first.
Doug Griffiths. You want me to say something about myself?
Yes, please.
Right. Well, I suppose amongst my credits, I've won a grand final 15-1. I was a grand finalist in Countdown, so I'm the only person I think to get near winning the so-called quiz hour double.
Keith Poynton at number 2, 2 appearances on 15-1, not very successful. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, too slow on the buzzer.
Diane Halligan at number 3, won £250,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I'm the captain of the current Radio 4 Master Team champions.
Phil Duffy at number 4. I've been on too many quizzes to mention on TV, but mostly as a supporting actor.
Lee Warburton at number 5. I won £32,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I also am a member of that reigning BBC Master Team.
I'm Ray Oakes, General Secretary of the Merseyside Quiz League and former Brain of Britain semi-finalist.
Mark Kerr from Rainhill, and past the book, I was rubbish.
Alan Gibbs from St Helens, twice member of the winning team of the Liverpool Quiz League and once Liverpool individual champion, Brain of Britain Grand Finalist 2005 and £125,000 winner on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm Darren Martin, this is the first quiz I've ever been to.
Peter Duffy, my credits are brother of Philip Duffy and teammate of Alan Gibbs.
Hello, I'm Scott Dawson. I was part of the team which won the Punch Taverns National Quiz Tournament last year, winning £2,000 between us.
Graham Barker, 15-1 grand finalist, runner-up in Brain of Britain, 125,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and finalist in Discovery Mastermind.
And I think I can assure you that there's some modesty going on there, because I'm sure I noticed at least £300,000 going missing along the way. Not that the taxman noticed it neither. So it's round 1 of Q12. In this round, the 12 contestants pit their wits against each other on the buzzers. Only 8 people will make it through to the next round. The questions will be worth 1 point for each correct answer, but won't be tied if you get one wrong, because you will lose half your score. We'll give you updates on the scores at regular intervals, every 3 minutes or so. And very good luck. Don't forget today you're playing for £1,000 and a place in the final where you could win £10,000. So, if you're ready, gentlemen and lady, may the best person win. Your time starts now. Skegness in 1936.
3, Diane Halligan.
Butlins, the first Butlins camp.
Butlins is correct for 1 point. Your second question. What is the most populous and the second largest autonomous community in Spain, containing...
7, Mark Kerr.
Catalonia.
I'm afraid not. Lose half your points. The second largest autonomous community in Spain, containing the Costa del Sol, Granada...
12, Graham Barker.
Andalusia is the correct answer for 1 point. Question 3. Whose albums include Document,
7, Mark Kerr.
R.E.M.
Our aim is correct for 1 point, 3 people on 1 point each. Question 4. St. Lucie, Japanese, Pin and Morello.
8. Alan Gibbs.
Cherries.
Cherries is the correct answer. 1 point. What is the maiden and professional name of the mother of Ewan, Nicky?
12. Graham Barker.
Booth is the correct answer. Well done, Graham. Your next question. Who was the Member of Parliament for Falmouth and Camp...
1. Dag Griffiths.
Sebastian Coe.
Sebastian Coe is the correct answer. 1 point. Question 7. Who partnered Steve Redgrave to...
7. Mark Kerr.
Matthew Pinsent.
Way out in front of everybody there. Well done, Mark. 1 point. The White Peacock.
9. Darren Martin.
D.H. Lawrence.
D.H. Lawrence gets you off the mark. According to Montague, what birthstone with the chemical formula C is associated?
7. Mark Kerr.
Diamond.
You worked it out. Well done. All was well are the last 3 words of which book released on the 21st of July?
9. Darren Martin.
Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows.
Correct.
You're not supposed to give away the ending. You must lose all points for that, surely.
Regarding diamonds, what are the 4 C's relevant to their value? That's C for Charlie.
2. Keith Poynton.
Colour, cut, clarity, carrot.
1 point. Well done. Well earned. Small round of applause, I think, for that one. Unlike most TV programmes, round of applause are very difficult to come by at this game. What street, tucked behind and parallel to Regent Street on the Soho side, was London...
9. Darren Martin.
Carnaby Street.
Carnaby Street is correct. Is that where you get your clothes, Darren? Next question. Candida Doyle.
8. Alan Gibbs.
I knew you'd be out there on your own, having dicked me at pop music before. Well done. Richard Chamberlain between...
10. Peter Duffy.
Dr. Gilder.
Well done, Peter. Off the mark. That's 14 questions elapsed, and we'll be looking for a score after the next question. What month follows Shaban and precedes...
9. Darren Martin.
Ramadan. We'll be going to Peter for an update on the scores. So,
Well, Steve, we've got 4 people in the danger zone at the moment. Phil Duffy, Lee Warburton, Ray Oakes and Scott Dawson yet to score. Everyone has some score. Everyone else has some score, but it's a long way to go yet.
okay, Darren's in the lead with 4 points. You can retire, mate. Go get some fish and chips on this one. Who was the keyboard player for Mike Vickers, Dave Richmond, Mike Hugg and Paul Jones?
7. Mark Kerr.
Manfred Mann.
Yes, you weren't sure you were there in first there, were you? Manfred Mann. Next question. The first televised hole-in-one was at the 16th at Royal St George's in...
6. Ray Oakes.
Tony Jacklin, off the mark. Born October the 18th, 1939, and died November the 24th, 1963. Who was, according to 4...
10. Peter Duffy.
JFK.
Unlucky, lose half your score. Who was, according to 4 United States government investigations, the assassin...
5. Lee Warburton.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Is correct. Lee, you should have got that. Well done. Well worked out. Next question. Which 2 yachters were married by a turkey and went to sea?
9. Darren Martin.
The Owl and the Pussy.
The Owl and the Pussycat is the correct answer. Next question. Which eccentric actress starred as Miss Marple in...
12. Graham Barker.
Margaret Rutherford.
Is the correct answer, Graham. Well done. Next question. Which boxer nicknamed the Real Deal?
7. Mark Kerr.
Marvin Hagler.
Unlucky, lose half your points.
11. Scott Dawson.
Marvin Hagler.
Not Marvin Hagler, I'm sorry.
4. Phil Duffy.
Evan Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield is worth 1 point. Well done, Phil. Hard to come by these points, aren't they, in this company? Next question. In which film is it revealed that the washed-up alcoholic detective star's brother, Teddy, died in the hospital after a piano was dropped on his head during a routine criminal investigation? The detective's name was Eddie Valiant, and he was
9. Darren Martin.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, where else would you get a piano on your head? Well done. Also directed by Robert Zemeckis, in what film does the title character teach Elvis his trademark dance?
12. Graham Barker.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, that's all I've got to say about that. Next question. Who rode a horse called Goodwill in the...
2. Keith Poynton.
Princess Anne.
Princess Anne is the correct answer, 1 point. We'll be after a score check after the next question. Name the BBC correspondent who was kidnapped.
5. Lee Warburton.
Alan Johnson.
Alan Johnson is the correct answer. How are things shaping up, please, Peter?
In the lead at the present moment with 6 points is Darren Martin. Graham Barker follows quickly after with 4. We've got a middle ground occupied on 2 and 1 points by several, but still in the danger zone at the moment would be Scott Dawson and Peter Duffy. For everyone else, it's a lot of game to play for.
I'm looking forward to the last minute of this competition. Next question. A square surrounding a circle on a clothing care label means what?
4. Phil Duffy.
Dry clean.
Lose half your points.
8. Alan Gibbs.
Do not dry clean.
I'm afraid not.
Number 1. Dag Griffiths.
Do not tumble dry.
Nope.
6. Ray Oakes.
Do not bleach.
Merseyside, I don't know. Next.
10. Peter Duffy.
Man, was 2 not tumble dry.
Tumble dry.
Hang on.
7. Mark Kerr.
Maybe tumble dried.
Maybe tumble dried is precisely the correct answer.
It's all right, you can answer my
Correct.
questions anytime you like.
Next question, let's get a move on with it. In Alice in Wonderland, when the Cheshire Cat disappeared, what was the very...
1. Dag Griffiths.
Grin.
Correct. Which band were named after their leader's left-wing political affiliation, football allegiance to Manchester United?
7. Mark Kerr.
Simply Red.
I don't know how I dared say that. Correct, 1 point. Next question. Who was the BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 1976, having in that year won the world?
4. Phil Duffy.
James Hunt.
I'm afraid not, Phil. You're down to a quarter.
11. Scott Dawson.
John Curry.
John Curry's worth 1 point to Scott. Well done. T is the International Car Index designation for which country?
4. Phil Duffy.
Turkey.
Sorry, Phil.
Peter Duffy, number 10.
Tunisia.
I'm not to Tunisia, I'm sorry.
1. Dag Griffiths.
Thailand.
Thailand is the correct answer, Dag, for 1 point. Well earned. Next question, we'll be having a score check after this with less than 3 minutes to go. A Ruby wedding, celebrate.
4. Phil Duffy.
40 years.
40 years is correct. We'll go to Peter for the scores and see how things are going to shape up.
Okay, well, we have a middle ground occupied at the present moment by Diane Halligan on 1 point, Alan Gibbs on 1 and Scott Dawson on 1. Just behind them are Ray Oakes and Peter Duffy. It's going to be between those at the present moment unless somebody loses half their points. But there are 5 people at the moment vying for those 4 awful places to go.
Thank you, Peter. I'd hate to be out there. It looks to me like maybe nobody's safe. Next question. What is the 8th letter in this?
4. Phil Duffy.
I'm wrong.
Would you like a guess, Phil, for witness? What is the 8th letter in this series? O, T, T.
8. Alan Gibbs.
E.
E is correct. E being for the letter, well, 8. 1, 2, 3, etc. Well done, Alan. Well, you were playing number 8 as well. Next question. Which Rocky film used survivors? Eye of the Tiger.
11. Scott Dawson.
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is correct. Next question. William E. Cody became...
3. Diane Halligan.
Buffalo Bill.
On your own, Buffalo Bill, 1 point. Next question. Benidorm is on which...
4. Phil Duffy.
Costa Blanca.
It's correct, Phil. Give him a round of applause. He gets his nose in front just a little bit, I think. He's not far off the mark now. Who is the current Minister of Transport?
6. Ray Oakes.
Ruth Kelly's 1 point and a valuable 1 point as well. Next question. Ornithophobia is...
7, Mark Kerr.
Peter Birds.
You had to go in for it. 1 point. Well done. In which year did Sheargar win?
4, Phil Duffy.
1981.
Win was enough to give it away. Well done, Philip. 1 point. What country's largest city is Birkirkara and has its capital at Valletta?
6, Ray Oakes.
Malta.
Malta is correct and puts Ray in the safety zone. How many people make up a volleyball team?
1, Dag Griffiths.
6 is correct. The thyroid gland is situated in what?
4, Phil Duffy.
The neck.
The neck is correct. What does the HTML instruction?
2, Keith Poynton.
What does the HTML instruction HR insert? Inserts a line. Stretham's ice hockey team and Washington's American football team share what?
8, Alan Gibbs.
Redskins is correct. Sarum was the original name.
3, Diane Halligan.
Salisbury.
Salisbury is correct. What is the most southerly capital of a state in the United States?
2, Keith Poynton.
Honolulu is correct. After the 12 minutes, we have one more question after Peter's given us a score check. Don't forget, you will lose half your score if you buzz incorrectly. There may be good cause for some of you to fold your arms in satisfaction.
Well, leading after this first round is Darren Martin with 6 points. Second is Mark Kerr with 5. Third, Graham Barker with 4. And fourth, Phil Duffy with 3.56. Dag Griffiths with 3.5, followed now by Diane Halligan with 3, Alan Gibbs with 3, and Ray Oakes with 2.5. We have 4 people currently in the red zone, as it were. Keith Poynton with 2, Lee Warburton with 2, Scott Dawson with 2, and Peter Duffy 0.12. So technically 5 are safe at the present moment from Dag upwards. The remaining contestants could still win or lose by the answer or getting the next question wrong.
Good luck. Last question coming up. Karen Carpenter played which music?
6, Ray Oakes.
Drums.
Drums is the correct answer. That leaves the status as Peter described, with Darren, Mark, Graham, Phil, Dag, Ray, Diane and Alan going through. Give yourselves a round of applause and commiserations to an excellent 4 who have been knocked out. To round 2, part 2 of Q12. In this particular round, the contestants are given 6-part questions. The rewards for buzzing in early are great, immense, but the penalties are equal. 6 points on the first clue, 5 points on the second clue, down to 1 point for the last clue. The first 4 players to get to 12 points will qualify for today's final and the chance to win £1,000 and the £10,000 final in Oxford. So, if the contestants are ready, we'll get the fingers on the buzzers and good luck to all of you. First 4 to go through, 12 points is your target. Good luck. What brand name was created for 6 points when Jack O'Dell, for 5 points, a co-owner of a casting company founded by Leslie and Rodney Smith, for 4 points, presented an idea inspired by his daughter, for 3 points, whose school instructed that the size of toys allowed was limited, for 2 points.
6, Ray Oakes.
Matchbox.
Ray, you were just in before I started the 2-point question. 3 points. Well done. Next question. What place had the first Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet in the United Kingdom? For 5 points, was made England's 50th city.
9. Darren Martin.
Preston.
Is correct. Well done. Darren comes from Chorley. 5 points. For 6 points, who represented Great Britain at the 1987 World Championships and was ranked 55th in the world? For 5 points, 1 British top 50 single and 2 Finnish releases. The Finnish releases being called Mun Nemeni on E.g.minus and
9. Darren Martin.
Katrina the Waves.
lose 5 points. It's going to be a long day. Edienne Silvella. For 4 points, christened but not publicly known as Michael. For
8. Alan Gibbs.
To be fair, Steve nearly said the answer. It's Eddie the Eagle Edwards.
4 points. You're not complaining, are you, Alan?
Not at all.
Is that your objection, by the way?
Not in this line.
What do the following have in common for 6 points? The Tavistock Group, a privately held investment company with diverse holdings in real estate, life sciences companies, financial services, etc., manufacturing, consumer goods and retail companies. For 5 points, George Herbert Burt Walker, the grandfather and namesake of the 41st President of the United States. For 4 points, the American skier and sportswoman Harriet Sumner Curtis.
9. Darren Martin.
They've had sporting trophies named after them.
Prompt.
And golf.
Golf is correct. Well done, 4 points. Next one. Who was, or what was, born on May the 3rd, 1965? For 5 points, at Rossernara in Kells, County Kilkenny, Ireland.
9. Darren Martin.
Red Rum.
Is correct. That was 5 points. Which number for 6 points? Toxic epidermal necrolysis syndrome. For 5 points, the erotic channel. For 4 points, Neon. For 3 points, a film starring Dudley.
8. Alan Gibbs.
10 is worth 3. Next question, should have pressed earlier, I know. What is estimated to cause around 25% of all fires of unknown origin? For 5 points, around 26% of all electrical cable breaks and around 18% of all phone cable breaks. For 4 points, the majority of 2008 is attributed to this by a quarter of the world.
7. Mark Kerr.
Rodents.
Prompt.
Rats.
Rats is correct. Well done. The year of the rat and Ben Templeton Ratso. For 4 points, that was well done, Mark. Ratso and Splinter, all examples. What foodstuff for 6 points? It appears that a single species still growing in the Ili Valley on the northern slopes of the Tian Shan Mountains at the border of northwest China and the former Soviet Republic of Kazakhstan is the progenitor of those we eat today. For 5 points, it has a Latin name Malus sieviaceae, Sieversii.
12. Graham Barker.
Apples.
Apples. What was my pronunciation like on the Latin? Okay. Graham gets 5 points. We're going to go to Peter for a score check after the next question. Who, with the surname Gvuthmundsdontea?
1. Dag Griffiths.
Bjork.
Excellent answer, 6 points. We're going to Peter for a score.
At the present moment, Darren Martin, Alan Gibbs, Dag Griffiths and Graham Barker are in the lead with 9, 7, 6 and 5 points respectively. In the danger zone at the moment, but a while to go yet, Mark Kerr, Ray Oakes, Phil Duffy and Diane with scores of 4-3 and 0-0 yet to score, but early days.
Next question. What in Finland for 6 points is called Itsenäisyyspäivä? For 5 points, the first celebration was in Bristol, Rhode Island, Philadelphia in 1777. For 4 points, a 1996 science fiction film directed...
9. Darren Martin.
Independence Day.
Independence Day is correct. Darren is through, I believe, to the final.
That's correct, Steve. Darren's the first one to 12.
Can we have a small round of applause for the first finalist? Next question, good luck everybody. 3 to go. Which song began life as a collaboration by UK hit songwriters Roger Cook and Roger Greenway called True Love and Apple Pie, and it was recorded by Susan Shirley? For 5 points, executive Billy Backer and producer Billy Davis rewrote the lyrics. For 4 points, it was first aired on American radio in February 1969. It was also used on TV later that year, sparking public demand for its release as a single. For 3 points, it was the first single to get to number 1 in the UK in the year of 1972. For 2 points by the new...
8. Alan Gibbs.
I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Would you like to sing it for us?
No, you're not.
Thanks. 2 points for Alan Gibbs there. Puts him 1 point off the pace. 3 points off the pace, sorry. Who or what was the last, for 6 points, the last of 17 fundamental instructions? For 5 points, 7 and 8 respectively being swimming and skiing. For 4 points, originally the name was applied to a bald telepathic villain bent on dominating the entire world, but for 3 points the character was completely rewritten by Jerry Siegel and Canadian artist Joe Shuster.
4. Phil Duffy.
Lex Luthor?
I'm afraid not. Lose 3 points. For 2 points, this incarnation possessing speed, stamina, invulnerability, freezing breath, superhero, multiple extrasensory and vision powers, longevity, flight, intelligence and regeneration, first appeared in Action Comics number 1.
1. Dag Griffiths.
Superman. If you count them, the 17 instructions, 2 points. Which place name for 6 points is a city in Illinois, townships and former gold mines in New Zealand and Canada, towns in Queensland and Victoria,
7. Mark Kerr.
Springfield.
I'm afraid not, Mark. Lose 6 points. Towns in Queensland and Victoria, a subdivision in southern Austin, Texas, a small town in Zimbabwe, in a neighbourhood of Bethesda, Maryland. For 5 points, all are probably named after the original village south of Stirling and were created by settlers from the Scottish diaspora of the 18th and 19th centuries. For 4 points...
3. Diane Halligan.
Not Perth. Lose 5 points. For 4 points, a bridge built by Thomas Telford spans a stream. For 3 points, the stream after which the places are named.
4. Phil Duffy.
Coldstream.
Not Coldstream. For 2 points, that was lose 3 points. For 2 points, on June the 24th, 1340...
12. Graham Barker.
Bannockburn.
You know you're right now, don't you? 2 points, well done. Next question for 6 points. Tony Hawk and Lester Kasai, who were trying to create a new trick in the 1990s, believed that in order for a move to become popular, it needed a catchy name. So which singer's name did they choose for the aerial skateboarding trick, where the heel edge of the board is grabbed near the front wheel and the front hand, and the front foot is kicked off the board behind the skateboarder? For 5 points, also the top Formula 1 team in the video game Super Monaco GP and Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2. For 4 points, a devotee of the Kabbalah Centre. For 3 points,
Mark Kerr, number 7.
Madonna.
Back in business. Well done. That's for 4 points. Require the name of a place. For 6 points, Irish painter Robert Barker originally coined the word panorama to describe his paintings of what place? For 5 points, with 4,500 approximately listed buildings, the highest concentration in the world. For 4 points, its Gaelic name is Dun Edin.
4. Phil Duffy.
Dublin.
Not Dublin. Lose 4 points. Its Gaelic name.
6. Ray Oakes.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh is the correct answer. That's for 4 points. Well done, Ray. Next question. What company was established in 1865 as a pulp mill by Knut Fredrik Idestam?
8. Alan Gibbs.
Nokia.
6 points and you're through to the next round. Small round of applause, please. We'll be going to Peter after the next question to see who's still got a chance. Good luck, everybody else. For 6 points. Who was born on October the 23rd, 1931 in Swindon, Wiltshire, England, and died on May the 4th, 1984 in Windsor? For 5 points, her success was such that aged 20, she was the young...
12. Graham Barker.
Diana Dawes.
Great 5 points for Graham Barker.
And safety.
And just on 12, very judicious press. That means, Peter...
Well, we have 3 safe, as you now know, joined by Graham. Dag and Ray are the closest following that. Mark, Diane and Phil a little bit behind at the present.
All to play for, and as you can see, fortunes are won and lost on buzzers here. Which magazine, for 6 points, has a mascot called Gnitty?
6. Ray Oakes.
Private Eye.
Private Eye is correct, which takes Ray to 13 points and puts him in the final. Well done, everybody. We're going to go over to Peter for a roundup of that particular round, but that's the end of round 2 of this particular Q12. The final will be taking place very shortly. Peter?
The final, Steve, will then be between Alan Gibbs, Darren Martin, Ray Oakes and Graham Barker, but our much commiserations go to Dak, Mark, Diane and Phil, who were not quite lucky enough on this round.
I'm sure that there are many a quiz team who would hate to face Dag, Mark, Diane and Phil in an open contest. Give yourselves a round of applause again. We'll see you in a few minutes for the final. Okay, it's part 3 of round 2 of Q12, where we've got 4 contestants left. We've got Ray Oakes, we've got Alan Gibbs, Darren Martin and Graham Barker, all representatives of the Merseyside and surrounding quiz leagues. An absolutely superb lineup. This round, it's the first person to achieve 12 points wins the £1,000 and the place in the final for £10,000. Each question is worth 1 point for a correct answer. There is no penalty if they get one wrong this time round. They just lose a life. Hopefully, we will emerge in a few moments' time with a worthy champion. But gentlemen, if you're ready, get your fingers on the buzzers and let's get ready to go. First question. Who was the Manasseh Mauler?
6, Ray Oakes.
Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey is correct for 1 point. Give all 3 original Wallace and Gromit films.
9, Darren Martin.
Grand Day Out, Wrong Trousers, Close Shave.
1 point. Nice round of applause there as well, I think. In the European Athletics Championships, name one of the 2 British athletes to win 4 consecutive gold medals. Steve Backley or Colin Jackson? A Star Is Born, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Convoy,
9, Darren Martin.
Chris Christopherson.
and Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. All starred which actor and singer? Chris Christopherson, worth 1 point. Between 1972 and 1997, who was the presenter of Mastermind? Whose
8, Alan Gibbs.
Magnus Magnusson.
Of course it was Magnus Magnusson. Nobody said they were going to be too difficult. Next question. Oryctolagus cuniculus is the European domestic species of which animal, sometimes called a coney?
9, Darren Martin.
Rabbit.
Rabbit. 1 point. Full name required. In September 2000, who won the first ever series of Big Brother?
9, Darren Martin.
Craig Phillips.
Craig Phillips is worth 1 point. Next question. Who, with his partner Vivienne Westwood, opened a look?
9, Darren Martin.
Malcolm McLaren.
Malcolm McLaren, and Darren's on a roll. Next question. Where does Rupert the Bear?
9, Darren Martin.
Nutwood.
Nutwood is correct. The man's unstoppable. Who said, I don't even understand offside. I'm not likely to understand the Manchester United contract?
6, Ray Oakes.
Victoria Beckham.
It's worth 1 point, Ray. Good. Next question. Cobra, 1986, and Judge Dredd,
8, Alan Gibbs.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. Will have a score check after the next question. Launceston, Helston.
8, Alan Gibbs.
Cornwall.
Cornwall is correct. Peter, could you give us a...
I can, Steve. At this stage, we have a clear leader in Darren Martin on 6 points. Alan Gibbs has 3, Ray Oakes 2, Graham yet to get off the mark.
Well done. What is the real identity of that comic book hero played by Tobey Maguire?
6, Ray Oakes.
Peter Parker.
Is the correct answer. Well worked out. Next question. Which dance shares its name with the state capital of West?
9, Darren Martin.
Charleston.
Charleston is correct. West Virginia. Next question. Which African city was devastated in 2002 by the eruption of Mount Nyiragongo? I wish I didn't write questions like that. It was, any guesses from the audience? Goma. Next question. Born in Odense in 1805, whose first success was
8. Alan Gibbs.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Hans Christian Andersen is absolutely correct. Well done, Alan. Next question. Dogs of War, the fourth
9. Darren Martin.
Frederick Forsyth is the correct answer. Who was the first man to swim the English?
8. Alan Gibbs.
Matthew Webb is the correct answer. All to play for. How many US presidents are still alive?
12. Graham Barker.
3.
Wrong.
8. Alan Gibbs.
4.
4 is the correct answer. Carter, Clinton, Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. I knew that all along. Who had a number 1 in October 1995 with Fairground?
8. Alan Gibbs.
Of course, again. Which British king played in the men's doubles championship?
12. Graham Barker.
George VI.
George VI is the correct answer. Where are the administrative headquarters of the East Riding of Yorkshire?
9. Darren Martin.
Beverley.
Beverley is the correct answer. Situated on Port Phillip Bay at the mouth of the River Yarra, the original for flowing water.
8. Alan Gibbs.
Melbourne is correct for 1 point. We'll go to Peter for a roundup after the next question. Who was the star of the films The Name of the Rose, The Russia House?
9. Darren Martin.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is correct for 1 point. Darren, you're not far off. Peter, how are we doing?
You're right, he's not. It's 10 points to Darren at the present moment. 8. Alan Gibbs. 3. Ray Oakes. 1 point to Graham. Only Graham has lost a life. The others have all their lives intact.
Very safe play from these guys. Next question. Freddy Krueger first appeared.
8. Alan Gibbs.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Is the correct answer. Stephen Hero. Portrait of the Artist is a young...
8. Alan Gibbs.
James Joyce.
James Joyce, and he's bearing down on the leader. Gentlemen, what is the only bird that is capable of...
9. Darren Martin.
Hummingbird.
Capable of flying backwards. The correct answer, well predicted. Chestnut. Who, along with Adrienne Anderson, wrote the song Could It Be Magic and took the...
9. Darren Martin.
Barry Manilow.
Is the correct answer, and Darren's won today's Q12. What a splendid performance. So notable performances from I think all 12 people in the lineup today, but especially Darren Martin, who I believe did come through strongest in all 3 rounds. Was it, Peter?
Wire to wire.
Yeah.
Wire to wire. We'll see you in the final, Darren, and don't forget, the rest of you, you can enter again, but it's a big ask. Give yourselves a round of applause, and we'll see you next week in Torquay. At the end of an absolutely dominant performance from Darren Martin, vanquishing 11 of the finest quizzes I've ever assembled in one room, here is his invitation to the final in December 16th. I hope you're going to chalk your diary up for this, please, Darren. Might do. Okay, Darren, was there ever a stage when you thought you were going to lose that?
No, I was really confident, Steve.
Okay, this is the new Mark Labette. I hope you can make it the 16th of December. It's in Oxford, and I hope you can bring Sue and the kids down and maybe make a weekend of it. Is there anybody in England who you would fear at the buzzer quiz?
I think there's some Gibson guy I've been told is pretty good. So
He's qualified already, and I do believe that Kevin is going to be making an appearance at Oxford.
Kevin, yeah.
Okay, no problem. I mean, today I reckon it must have been one of the strongest fields have you ever seen a stronger field of quizzes assembled, present company accepted?
No.
Okay, well, there were some great people there. Ray Oakes, obviously Mimir finalist many times. In fact, I believe we had 3 of the 4 Mimir finalists this year, multiple winners. Darren, many congratulations. I'm sure everybody who's watching appreciated an absolutely outstanding and jaw-dropping display of buzzer pressing. Well done, and we'll see you in a few months' time.
Thank you.